the number one trait or skill that will make you successful in business and help you become wealthy beyond your wildest imagination. But first, before I do that, I need to tell you maybe 3 of the things that are not the answer, that maybe you thought those things were the answer. So everybody out there on the internet is given advice on how to get rich quick or this or that. But everything boils down to principles. You know, these things are true over here, which means they're also true over here. Principles are principles because they're always true, right? They're the first things. They're the principal things. And so the first thing that is not necessarily the number one trait, but is important, is sales skills. Now, there's a lot of entrepreneurs out there that will tell you that sales skills is the number one most important thing that you need to learn in order to be a successful entrepreneur. However, I don't believe it's the number one thing because there are people out there that are good at other things and are able to partner with people that are good at the sales part. And when that comes together, you see, beautiful success happen. And so sales, while very important and a key piece, is not the most important thing. Although I will say, nothing happens until something gets sold, right? No revenue comes in, no money comes in. Everything revolves around sales. So sales is a key piece, but it's not the number one thing, all right? The second thing that I came up with was work ethic. People say the harder you work, the more you make, or work hard and you'll be successful. And I did a video, I don't know, maybe a couple weeks back, and we talked about working smarter, not harder, because working harder is not truly the key to success. I mean, people that clean out septic tanks work hard, all right? People that work in the restaurant industry, like delivering pizzas or washing dishes in a hot kitchen or even cooking in a hot kitchen. Those people work hard. I mean, especially if they're in a busy environment and they're having to hustle the whole time that they're working and they're getting an hourly wage, they're still trading their time for money. They're leveraging their, just themselves and their ability to work hard as a means for creating income for themselves. And so if you can take working smart, right, and work hard at that smart thing, then you're going to multiply through leverage your success or the output, right? Because if you increase the input on a smart thing, right, something that's good at multiplying on a multiplier, then the end result will obviously be exponentially bigger than if you're in a 1-to-1 ratio where I worked hard for these hours and I got this hourly pay for myself, so on and so forth. The number 3 thing that I put down is not the most important thing, but is probably one of the keys to happiness in life, is integrity. In my business, I'm in the payment processing business. It's complicated by design. It was created by credit card companies. And we all know how much we trust banks and credit card companies, right? The tallest buildings in every downtown are actually banks and insurance companies. And obviously the banks and the credit card companies are one and the same. And, that's only to say that they have created a shell game, a way of having middlemen in the mix there that creates an environment for them to just have money from every different angle. And so with that being said, I'm not saying that they're lying to you, but it's complicated by design. And so for us in our part of the industry where we have the ability to create margin in many different places, it's important that we match what we say and what we do with our customer. If we just tell our customer one thing and then we end up doing another, then we're going to ultimately lose. And that's going to be a problem, okay? And so you've waited long enough. I've given you 3 things that are not necessarily the top things. They're still important, but they're not necessarily the top things. They're not top traits or skills. I said sales, we said work ethic, and we said integrity. All right. All 3 very vital things for business success and especially for success in producing wealth for yourself long term. But the number one skill, the number one trait that I believe will help you, further your career in everything that you're doing, right? Everything you want, everything you desire, is coachability. Now, before you frown or turn your face, let me explain to you what I mean by coachability. Have you ever dealt with somebody where they were making a mistake and you knew for sure that you had the answer that would fix their problem and they wouldn't listen to you? That's an uncoachable person, somebody that's not at least they're uncoachable by you. I remember my family owns martial arts schools. I grew up in an environment where whether I was doing point karate or kickboxing or, even in high school when I wrestled, there was always somebody in the corner that was watching from the outside that was yelling at me. And some people don't like to be yelled at. But to me, as a competitor, as a fighter or a wrestler, it was important that I recognized that those people were heated and passionate and yelling because they had my best interest at heart, and their interest and my interests were intertwined. And they could see what I was doing from an angle where I couldn't see it, right? I was down here in the weeds and they were back there. And so they were able to make recommendations or give me instructions that were helpful to me. They could see things from a different angle. And so this same thing can be applied to business. You need a coach. You need somebody that's telling you what you need to be doing and how you need to be doing it, or at least helping you tweak the things that you're already doing right? Many times the reason that you come to the point where you need a coach is because you've had some measure of success and you just don't know how to break through to that next level. Or you have some understanding of, this piece here and this piece here and this piece here, but you don't know how to put those dots together to make it into a coherent or a cohesive plan that you can take action on. And so coachability is just so important because, it's funny, I was listening to my coach, right? One of my coaches, I should say, Myron Golden the other day, and he was talking about how people leaders will follow their followers and followers will try to lead their leaders. And we're putting everything backwards, right? So if we want success in business, then we need to follow our leaders and lead our followers, right? Don't get it backwards. Don't get confused. Don't get it twisted. So many times somebody's trying to coach us and we're telling them how we need to be coached. When in fact, what we need to do is, if we've chosen them as a coach, we chose them for a reason. We need to listen to what it is that they have to say, take it in, and take action on their coaching so that we can have, the success, that we want. And so anyway, so the three things we said that are not necessarily but are still important are sales, work ethic, and integrity. But the number one skill set trait that will make you successful in business is coachability. And so don't forget that. Find yourself a mentor, find yourself a coach. You guys can, leave information for your favorite coaches in the comments here. Or if you're a coach yourself, you can put your information in the comments. Or if you guys are looking for, a way to make residual income for yourself and grow your wealth for you and your family, there's a link in the description. You can click there, you get on our email list, connect with us, and we can help you in any way that we can. But until then, stay blessed. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you on the next one.